This is going to be my first houseplant walkthrough this year. I am currently coming out of the worst winter and plant neglect that I've had. It's been a rough winter, and then coming out of winter, knowing how much my plants were neglected back during November and December is kind of hard to see it. But we're slowly coming out of it because a lot of my plants, Hoyas, Anthuriums, and my Alocasias are in the rehabbing process, and a lot of other plants as well. You're kind of going to see all that. It is a bit of a realistic houseplant walkthrough. I'm in process of rehabbing them. There are some plants that I just left out because I was in process of filming a video a few days ago, and I've just left everything out to continue the video. I've left that as well. Is definitely a realistic plant walkthrough. Today we're going to see what is doing well, what is not doing well, and seeing some of the plans I have for the future, because there are some changes that's happening. Not a huge amount of changes, but I am going to be moving some of the plants here to the living room probably next week. So I wanted to capture some of these things before that happens, and then I will do an official houseplant walkthrough. I actually have to do a full tour of that IKEA cabinet, and I have another IKEA cabinet that I want to do. So we'll be doing that all next month. I kind of wanted to do it this month, but I'm not sure that's going to happen. I do want to introduce myself. My name is Rachel, and I live in Northern Indiana. I have to say Northern Indiana because Southern Indiana and Northern Indiana are different climate. We are a lot colder here. I have most of my plants in the plant room here. I have a few plants dotted around the living room, bedroom, and kitchen. I'll show you some of those as well and tell you how they're doing. So let's start with the plants here. All right, to start off with, this is a project that I'm taking care of this week. We're rehabbing a lot of my Anthuriums. This is my Anthurium Dorayaki crossed with Forgetii. It is in process of being rehabbed. That is how much came out of that one plant. That is the big plant, and all these were the pups. This one is the Forgetii right here. But yeah, I have a lot of Anthuriums that I need to figure out what I'm going to do with. And this is the Alocasia that I'm in process of rehabbing as well. These were in no drainage. This was in no drainage as well. This is Alocasia cuprea. They're kind of getting taken care of now. And back here, this is a Hoya that I need to check on because I have a feeling it has rot as well. I've been struggling with root rot on my Hoyas, and the way that the roots are looking here, I can feel like there's some rot. I could be wrong, but we'll see. There's a lot that I am trying to take care of. There's 3 batches of Hoyas here that is in process of propagating in water. This is a new Hoya that I got, and there's 2 new leaves. The new leaves are not coming in great at all, but we're going to be doing the repot on this one soon. So and then I'm going to start doing sulfur treatments with all my Hoyas every so often, because I am really thinking that I have pests and I've just not known it for the longest. So my Thai constellation that I have that has just been sitting here not doing anything, it is getting a rehab soon. That will be a video that will come out, I don't know, it's probably gonna, I'll start the video, but it's not gonna come out for like 6 months. I'm gonna do like a transformation video on this. Maybe it's gonna not do well, but it's been growing in leca, no drainage, and just not happy. And Anthurium that I have back here just needs water. Of course it does. Yeah, I need to water it. Today is watering day, so I'll be doing that today. But this one was doing really well. This is it is just a lot of names, a lot of crosses. Some of my Anthuriums are doing really well. Some, like this one, are not. I just chopped, this is my Anthurium magnificum that I chopped back, and these in here are anthuriums as well that I've completely rehabbed for. See if they can come back to life. My Anthurium veitchii is just starting to give me some more growth. It is getting a rehab as well, because this has been in no drainage as well, and it's just not doing well. I'm gonna do an update on no drainage. I just haven't had time to do it, but I did get some b-roll of the plants that were here with my anthuriums in no drainage, so I did get some b-roll of that, so I'll be able to do a little update video on it. And I'm thinking I just have a lot of videos coming out this month. I'm hoping to see if I can get something in as well. I already have the notes for the video. I already have everything done. I just haven't had time. But I do need to do it because there's lots to share on no drainage. Marble Queen is actually doing really well, shockingly. I do need to give it a water, but it's doing well, and I am going to be moving this one to the living room and hoping to see if it will grow a lot bigger. It's going to get a repot. It's going to get the spa treatment so I can have it in the south window. This is my Pilea dark chocolate that is being revived, and it is looking so much better. I just have to reset this plant after every winter because it really does need it. I'm just kind of sad that I have to do that every year, but it is already looking so much better and growing in leca. I am not sure if we have any roots yet, but we will be checking. My chia pens that I got from one of my friends, I hate to show you this, but it is still sitting in fluval. I need to repot this, chop it, and basically start it over so I can get it on a pole. That is going to be happening hopefully soon. And I am trying my luck at succulents this year. I have a lot of succulent propagation, and I am hoping to see how I'm going to do with it. I do have some succulents that I'm going to show you later. And this plant is new. It's a few months old. I just haven't shared it at all. I'm just shocked at how beautiful this plant is. I am very drawn to it. I absolutely love it. And since I've had it in my care, it started growing a little baby. I am really loving it. This is my Hoya archboliana, and I'm afraid this has rot as well. I'm having to check on this. I do have a little growth point happening here. There's two, and that makes me feel that one growth point died off and another one started growing, which is where I think there's some root rot, that is. I have a moonshine sansevieria here, and this one's doing really well. This is going to grow outside once it gets warmer here. Once summer is on the way, I'll be putting these outside. String of pearls. My small string of pearl, is doing really well. There is a light source here, and this is a west window, but this is actually going to be moved to the south window when I get my new setup. Oh no, okay, so definitely there is something happening here, not good. Yep, definitely having to, let me see if there's anything. Okay, so this is one of my new favorite anthurium. I got this from Crisp Air Joanna, and it's a lot of names. That's how much it's been crossed with. So I'll just leave it as that. But it's one of my new favorite anthuriums because it's just doing so well. I did neglect this last year, and as soon as I gave it a repot, it kind of revived, and that's the newest leaf that I got. And it's giving me another leaf here. It is sitting in a west window, so I don't know if that's gonna be a problem, but I see these things here and I don't think that's good. It makes me feel like it's fungal, or could be like flat mite pest. I don't know because it's next to a bunch of Hoyas that I forgot to talk about. This Hoya, how could I? This is my Hoya calistophylla, and it is about to bloom again. This will be the third bloom. And this is the Hoya fungii, one of my favorite plants. And it is also about to bloom as well. The blooms are a little deformed, the peduncle is. So again, I'm thinking I need to treat all my Hoyas for pest, all of them. But that plant is so gorgeous to me. I love it. And I'm hoping that I keep it happy. It's not one of those that has gone through root rot. So hopefully it stays that way. My Hoya obovata, guys, it is giving me its first peduncle. So one of the things about Hoyas that I'm really sensing now is that you really don't have to wait years for blooms. In my opinion, I feel you have to give them a winter, and then once spring start, they just automatically push out blooms. Last year, I did give my plant an official winter here. It's of course really cold here, cold in the plant room, but my grow lights turned off early and turned on later. So I was doing 10 to 12 hours of light for my plants last year in winter, and it caused some blooms. I'm going to show you some more blooms that's incoming. So this is the Hoya compacta. It is completely wrapped up on 2 trellises. This plant is actually going to go to the south window, and hopefully it would still be happy because this is one of my favorite Hoyas. It is completely wrapped, and I actually have it facing the west window for more light. I haven't seen any peduncle. I have peduncles on here. There's about 5 peduncles. I haven't seen any growth yet. See, there's a peduncle right there. I haven't seen anything really happening with the peduncles yet, so maybe it needs a little bit more light before that happens. See, there's a peduncle right here, and there is some activity. It's a slow process. This is my Hoya Wilbur Graves, and it's doing really well. I transitioned it out of the IKEA cabinet to the west window, and I have a peduncle as well. I changed the environment, I repotted it, and I think it's getting more light, and I know it's a little bit more happier. I don't have a watering issue with this plant because I'm on top of watering this one. There's so much other plants I want to show you. Okay, so my regular Hoya carnosa, I do have an incoming bloom. Hopefully it will be here soon. This is one of my easiest Hoya. Liming of the leaves. I'm not sure if that is a nutrient issue or too much sunlight, but we'll see how it fares. My Hoya carrii is giving me some new growth here. I want a bloom on this plant, so I'm gonna be putting it in the south window as well. And my variegated jade plant, I love that the bottom of the leaves sun stress. I love it. I do need to be better about watering this one. I think like when plants could tolerate a lot of neglect, I kind of neglect it a little too much. My Hoya Mathilde is coming back. This was one of the ones that had dry rot. The roots were completely dried off. It is now in pon, and hopefully I don't see any new growth yet, and hopefully soon, hopefully. So the leaves are nice and plumped and not wrinkled, so I think that is a plus. And these are the succulents that I have. I am loving these. They're so cute. I'll put the names of what they are. This one is my favorite so far. I think this one is Ruby Slippers. Love it. I love dark foliage. And my Hoya Quin Carnervia, doing well. It is a new cutting that I have that started growing. And oh my gosh, guys, this plant is so beautiful. It is my Anonium rose. It grows so much. I cannot believe I'm good with this plant. It has grown so much. I do need to give it a repot in a bigger pot. it dries out pretty quickly for me. So I am going to be giving it a new pot soon. I just can't get over how well it's doing for me. Shocking that I'm good with this plant. Okay, and this is the Hoya compacted variegated. It is totally giving me all white leaves here. I have it right on top of a grow light to see if it can push out some green leaves. I do have a little bit of green, but it's just been giving me white leaves. I don't know how I feel about that. It's actually going to go to the south window once I get everything set up. So this one's going to be leaving the west window. Definitely need to. My Hoya pubic calyx, this one is a Hawaiian pubic calyx and it's kind of slowly growing. This one is a regular pubic calyx splash. I have tons of peduncles on this plant. There's so much coming. These Hoya blooms are so beautiful. Definitely don't smell beautiful, but it looks very beautiful. I'm glad it doesn't stink up the room because that would be bad. I have to turn this grow light because this light is so bright. All right, so I'm going to talk about my Thai constellation. This plant has not given me a new leaf in over a year, like almost a year and a half. And I moved it to this spot here and gave it this light. This light kind of sits right there, right facing that plant. As soon as I did that, within 2 weeks, I got a new leaf. And I'm so happy finally. So hopefully it's going to start growing for me. I will be giving it a repot soon. I'll probably repot that with my other Thai that I need to rehab. So Syngonium got a little rehab and I put it in a no drainage with leca to propagate. It looks really pretty in here. I don't like these leaves. This is not pretty. This is pretty. Not pretty. And it has to do with when the leaves get too big. I don't like it. I don't think that's pretty. But when the leaves look like this, it's very beautiful. Yeah, so I don't know how I'm going to do that. Like, how can I keep the leaves juvenile and not mature? I don't think it's pretty. I don't like it. Do you feel the same way about this plant as well? Now, I know that this plant, roots on this plant is pretty massive. So I don't know how I feel about it growing in semi-hydro yet, but I'm going to transition it to a proper setup once I see some more roots, or basically any roots, because these were cuttings that I just put in here. My Philodendron tortum is doing great. This plant is actually going to get moved to the living room, not in the south window, but it's going to get a little transition because I kind of want to see this plant more. I need a visual of this plant often, and I don't get it when it's on this side. My Hoya carrii, it is struggling to come back. Struggling. I'm going to have to go into the roots again and take a look to see what's going on. Oh, look, there's some blooms coming. What? Okay, that's good. Oh my gosh, I'm so happy. There's more. Okay. Oh, wow. All right. So I am going to check the roots and see what's going on. I am getting in the habit of checking my Hoya roots often now because I just can't. I can't deal with root rot ever again. So this is one Hoya Coroniana black that I tried to propagate in pond and it has completely died off. So we're going to be chucking that away. Another Hoya Coroniana that I have in pond. You're going to see a lot of multiple plants that I have in here right now. Since I've had root rot with my Hoyas, I am trying different substrate and seeing how they do. So this is something that I am just going to have to do this year because I just don't want to go through what I went through earlier this year. So this is another Hoya Coroniana black and it is in pond as well. This one's not doing great. It's not. There's like all these leaves just, I don't know. There is new growth here. I don't know if I like pond for this Hoya. I don't know yet. I don't really want to lose the plant. Well, this one is a Hoya Mathilde in pond, and I do have new leaves coming. I'm very excited about that. This one is actually going to someone, not for me. And I'm excited to give this to her, and it's already growing. That's pretty exciting. What else can I show you guys? Back here, this plant needs a water. Look at this, all this leaf drop. I am so, yeah, it's a little gross. This is the Ficus Eldorado, and I just have always struggled with this plant since I got it. I have it in a self-watering pot, but I tell you, I'm sure the roots in here are dry because I haven't really paid it any attention. I'll probably check on this one tonight because I do a lot of my rehabs in the evening. So I'm going to see what I can do to get this plant straightened out. Okay, so Florida Ghost doing great. I have this one on, it is not a moss pole. It is a soil pole because I don't really do moss poles. I do, poles. I don't think this is going to really root. I will give it a nice drench and water because I do want to make sure I keep up with the watering. And looking at it, it doesn't look like it's completely dry. I'm so glad. I moved this out of the IKEA cabinet and put it in my ambient humidity right in front of that Barina light. And I think it's doing okay. I am getting a new leaf, which I'm very thankful for. So we'll see how that does. Now, this is the Alocasia. This one is the one that did not survive winter. Last year, winter, I did not do a heat mat on the bottom of my Alocasias, and this is the result of me not doing that. So I will be definitely doing that this winter coming. So we have to rehab this one. This is my favorite Alocasia because it's my very first Alocasia. And I'm sad to see that this plant is just struggling. Look at it. Look at it. I can't believe it. My Monstera albo, partially albo, is here. I like this plant. I like that the leaves are nice and small. I am probably going to move this plant to the bedroom and have it just keep growing. It's a plant that seems to be very hardy and doesn't give me a lot of problems. I do get leaves often, and this plant I propagated from just a node, and I do need to water it. It's getting water today. My Begonia maculata is doing better, but still needs a lot of more work. So what I'm probably going to do with this one, my plan for it is to repropagate it again and use the propagations to grow a bigger plant because I want this plant big. This is my Begonia Black Magic. I have two because I'm going one in leca and one in soil. The one in leca, I don't know if it has rooted yet. I'm pretty sure it have because begonias just root really quickly. So it'll be nice to check on this one soon. And oh, of course, leca is falling. Yeah, so the one in soil is doing well, and I need to give it a water. Do I see any new growth from where I chopped? Wow, I think all this came from that chop. And oh my gosh, all this came from that chop. I love pruning my plants. So yeah, I chopped it and I have already gotten some significant growth already. No growth here yet. Maybe this might be a new leaf, and the new leaf doesn't look great. So I think that's definitely it's a little stressed out. Yeah. This Hoya is supposed to be something that I just really wanted to try with, and it's just not been doing well. But I am determined to get this going, so I might chop this up again and try to see if I can get it going. I definitely will not. I don't think Hoyas with these kinds of leaf and this kinds of stem does well with water. propagation, it rots really, really quickly. This one's gonna go in moss. I'm gonna try to repropagate this one in moss. If you guys have any experience on this Hoya imperialis, please tell me, because this is a Hoya I really wanted to have in my collection because of the blooms. I research every Hoya in my care to see what the blooms look like, and I evaluate whether or not I want these kinds of blooms. This plant right here is my Philodendron Red Emerald. It is the lowest maintenance plant in my collection. Now the tallest plant I have, because of all the struggles I've had. This used to be the tallest plant I have, and now this is. But this gone through spider mites twice, and it is still kicking. I've cleaned it up, given it a new setup, given it a pole, I've chopped it. It's just doing well. I just love this plant. I think like I love that it's low maintenance, and that's probably why I like it so much. It's not, okay, so don't look at, this is spider mite damage. That is the spider mite damage, but the leaves are not, the back of the leaves are pretty. It's not a very much appealing plant, I should say, or attractive plant, but it is, don't knock the low maintenance plant. Low maintenance plant are pretty in their own way. My Hoya villosa or globulosa, I don't know anymore. This is, all the controversy with Hoya names lately, but this one is on that bonsai wire. I was hoping when I bend the bonsai wire that I do get a new growth point from this part, but nothing's happened yet at all. So I don't know how I feel about that yet, but we'll see. I'm gonna not just leave it on for a few months, but leave it on for quite a while. I am getting a little bit of a new growth right here, but it is about to bloom. I'm very excited about that. As soon as the plant room warmed up, this happened. What's what I mean about giving your plant a winter with less light? It's like 2 weeks before spring, I started seeing all these new things on my Hoyas. So the Hoya pendurata, it is doing well. I love this plant so much. Don't know if I should move it to the south window, if I should just leave it here. I feel like I should just leave it here because it's doing so well. I think so. It is growing in pond and all that lovely algae. My Hoya Bella is recuperating. I don't have any new peduncles yet, but there's some new growth here. There's new growth. There's some new growth here. There's like kind of a lot of activations all over since I've kind of repotted it. So I'm glad that is happening. My Hoya linearis is still in propagation mode. It actually needs to get potted up. I'll be doing that. I'm actually doing that today in another video. And I do have some more Hoya Bella cuttings in there. So we'll be potting this up. My Hoya linearis is going to go in pond because I do not want to do soil on that plant right now. I've struggled in soil, and it costs me too much. It costs too much with this plant. I'll give you a little glimpse of what this plant looked like last year, and I was just so in love and happy with this plant. I am still happy with the plant. I'm happy that it survived, but it's just sad that I lost it. I lost all my peduncles. There's a lot of leaves that I'm just not gonna make it. I have them. I'm still holding on to them to see what happens. It's kind of good research and experience with a plant that's overcome spider mites. I have never heard of a Hoya ever getting spider mites, but this one sure did. My micans doing well. I am going to split this plant up and move some of it to the south window, and then probably give away another mother plant because this plant is kind of wrapped. I have it wrapped on an S hook. Yeah, see, it's been wrapped. It's just, it's like one vine that's just really long. There is an S hook on the other side because I just don't want it so long that it covers other plants. So this one is my Hoya Kamingiana. It is in pon and I just recently rehabbed it. I'm happy to say that it's doing well. It's like one of the Hoyas that has transitioned well to pon. Let's take a look. If I see anything going on. No, I don't really see anything happening with the roots, but I mean, I have some nice new growth. I'm really happy about that. So yeah, hopefully this one continue transitioning well. I don't know if I should move this to my east window or leave it here. It is under a grow light. This one's the Alocasia poly. I'm now getting a new leaf from it. It is in a no drainage setup. I will be transitioning this out of this into pon or leca. And we'll see how I'm trying to continue to learn with alocasias. I'm not good with them, and it's just I don't feel like I'm not good with them. It's just my plants go through a winter here because the room gets so cold. And there's like in the Midwest, one day it could be 20 degrees Fahrenheit and the next day 80 degrees Fahrenheit. And then once we get summer, it's hot and humid here. And then all of a sudden, the temperature drops in September and makes all the happy plants mad again. So there are so many changes that happen here in the Midwest. It's like every day is different. I don't know what I'm going to wear here because of how the weather fluctuates so much. Okay, some more plants. Okay, Hoya Carmelie. This plant is doing well. I will be needing to give it a repot soon. If you know what the blooms on this plant looks like, you would know why I have it. It is the most beautiful blooms, and I'm hoping it will bloom this year. I hope so. I love this plant. I adore it. I think it's so pretty. It is actually a winter Hoya, and I didn't even know that, and I didn't add it to my winter Hoya collection. But in winter, I started getting a lot of growth, and the growth is still happening. And again, I gave my plants a winter. I'm getting a little bit rewarded in the middle of root rot. So my Hoya insularis, I love this plant. It's kind of going a little crazy up the wall, and I'm kind of letting it to see what happens. We'll see. We'll see what happens. I don't know if I should move this to the west window and let it be a hanging plant. I'm not sure yet. I don't know. I love the sun stressing that's happening with it. It's been an easy care plant for me so far. If you ever get cuttings of this plant, you have to get a rooted cutting. When you buy Hoya cuttings, make sure they're rooted because I am struggling. If you've seen videos from me regarding Hoya cutting issues, you know, I really want to just always buy rooted cuttings when I can. If I were to buy a plant that I really wanted, and of course, I usually start off with cuttings, not really a mature plant, unless it is the Hoya Bella. I started that plant maturely. I will always get rooted cuttings now. I just don't want to invest the money because some of these Hoya cuttings are still expensive. I don't want to invest my money and then have it be a zombie leaf, which is what I'm struggling with right now. And I'll show you what I mean. I'm just moving back that light. I will show you what I mean over here. This right here is my Ganunga engraving. I've had this plant for 1.5 years and I've not had any growth. I've had lots of Hoya just stay in propagation mode, haven't done anything. 6 months, 8 months, a year, 1.5 years. It's a struggle. And I have seen the comments come in on my channel. Some of you guys have experienced the same thing I have, and some of you guys have not. So everything's so unpredictable with cuttings. I'm just making sure things are rooted And now I'm just like really particular of how I buy my plants when I do buy. Okay, so this one is the Hoya Sweet Scent. I have this beautiful vine. I'm hoping to get some leaves from it and not just a vine. It is in soil and I need to water it. I'm thinking I might transition this to the south window. I'm not sure because it's such a thick leaf Hoya. I think it would do well there. So we'll see. We'll see what I do with it. And I have this little propagation jar that I've just been dropping some of my wet sticks in and I'll give it some airflow. We're going to kind of dig deep in this jar to see how some plants are doing in a video. My Hoya Crimson Queen. Ooh, this leaf feels nice and thick. Okay, it's still, I don't know, it's kind of recuperating. I have this one in pon. I have another bunch of these propagating, so this is one of my favorite Hoyas, and I am just so sad that I've had to restart it from root rot, but hopefully this will get going. If this doesn't do well, I'm probably going to have to buy another plant of this. I do have other propagations going, but I'm not sure how they're doing either. And this is my Hoya multiflora that kind of bloomed, kind of. I've had to chop it up. It's just not doing well. I have this in leca and there's just no roots still. Yeah, I'm kind of just struggling so much with some of my Hoyas. It's been very sad. My Hoya Kamingiana, if you look at these leaves, needs a water, and I'm gonna give it a water today, but if these leaves doesn't perk up, that means there's rot. So hopefully I can tell. I must have missed a watering on this one because it was kind of up here. So I missed a watering. That happens. My Alocasia, what is this? Oh gosh, what is this called? I forget the name of it, but I mean, it's being held up by this pole. Not doing well. I've had lots of rot, leaves rotted and everything. I don't know. Alocasias and I are just not, I mean, if somebody grows alocasias in the Midwest, I need to hear your secret because Midwest growing is just different. Okay, so this Hoya is the Hoya Optimistic, and I want this plant to grow. Again, I just have struggled with this so much, and Doug Chamberlain just put out a video with a similar Hoya, and it gave me kind of a good insight on how to care for this plant. So I'm hoping that I do have another propagation in here of the Optimistic. Hopefully that one actually looks better. I am hoping I can just get this plant right. I don't know. I've not been good with it, and it's kind of in a self-watering pot in fluval and perlite, trying to see if I can get roots growing. And I have a Crimson Queen cutting. There's cuttings all over the place. And I have it right here directly underneath another grow light. Yeah, that plant, the Optimistic, needs a lot of light, and I'm hoping to get roots so it can be moved to the south window. Okay, so a glimpse of the small cabinet that I have. There's the Philodendron Birkin. This plant is going to someone soon. As soon as the frost stop. We're still getting frost here, and I'm just, as soon as the weather warms up, I can send this to her. My pink princess is actually doing really well. Shocking. And this plant doing well. It definitely needs a water. But it's so cute. I'll put the name of it on the bottom. I just don't have a plant tag on it, so I don't remember. It's so cute. I love it. It's one of those potato plants. My spring cactus, I've had to start it over last year with just 2 little leaves, and it's growing, so hopefully I get this plant back. I did like it, and hopefully we'll see. Some of my Hoyas are doing well. This one, the Nova Ghost, is kind of doing a lot better. And I do have a Burl Marks Flame. It's doing well. I am kind of shocked. I've not rotted the roots yet. Kind of shocked about that. I like how thick this plant is. It's so thick. The leaves are so thick. I have this. Ooh, yay. Finally, I have some activity in root growth. This is, I think this is a Fort Sherman cross with, oh, I forget, but it's a Anthurium that I definitely wanted to grow because it's a dark leaf Anthurium. So I'm going to grow this one in Leca, and will be taking it out of no drainage setup once I get to see a little bit more root growth. But it's going to need to get a little inner pole here, like a dome, so it can stand up properly, because I already see all this. This is going to just keep getting taller, and it's going to cause some problems. So my Begonia Crackling Rosie is coming back. I am loving that. This one I got last year. It is one of the Marantas. I'll put the name at the bottom because I already forgot the name. I know some of you get mad at me because I forget plant names. Don't get mad at me. Don't. All right, we'll go in here for a little bit to give you guys an update of some things that's going on. All the plants in here are doing really well. I'm so happy to say that. Hoya campanulata is one of my favorite blooms so far. They're gonna fall. They're gonna fall soon. I just know it. I just know how the look of it. So it's so pretty, and it smells really strong for the first day or two, and then I don't get anything again. I've not had a smell. So some quick updates on here. I actually have a new Alocasia that I got earlier this year. Is the Alocasia Dragon Scale Albo, and it's surprisingly doing well, probably because it's in here and it is in a self-watering pot that I need to water. And I can see like root growth on here, but it's in fluval and perlite. And this is supposed to be an Anthurium luxurians, and this is, yeah, I mean, not happy. I'm probably gonna chop it up and stick it in that right there to see if I can get it back. Monstera White Monster, one in Leca and one in soil. Both of them, they're not happy. This one looks a little better. It's a little bit more hydrated. But I don't know. We'll see if it kind of survives or not in my care. I'm just not good. Not good with anything, I swear. This is a Hoya Thomsonii, and oh my gosh, look how fuzzy that leaf is. There is a peduncle on here, but it looks like the blooms kind of blasted already. It didn't really do anything, but maybe it'll continue to grow. This one is the Hoya. It's like, I think this one's supposed to be a Croniana, but it looks like another Hoya that I know. Of course, I have a label on it, but it's already like rubbed off. I think it's a Hoya lecanosa, not a Croniana, but I mean, the blooms that I have on this Hoya is gonna fall because they're turning yellow. This one's not, see, like this one's not, like 2 of these are probably gonna bloom and the rest will fall. So yeah. Anthurium pallidiflorum, I did get a new leaf from it. I'm very glad about that. I have 2 actually, and this one's a new leaf, and another leaf is coming. So I'm kind of seeing how I can do with this plant, because eventually it's going to have to be transitioned out of this IKEA cabinet, or I will have to take away all the shelves and see if I can grow some plants like vertically to see how they do. Yeah. Okay, so I have another new Anthurium that I got, I think, a few in January. Anthurium dorayaki. I have always wanted this Anthurium because of the silvery veining. So now I have it and I love it so far. Hoya bella, another Hoya bella in here. This one's in a self-watering pot and in soil, and is doing amazing. Look how dark the foliage is. Look how beautiful. One of the things I just don't understand. I don't understand about some plants. I'm currently I've restarted my begonia pink spot maculata, and that's doing well. I have a Fort Sherman. Oh, let me not. A Fort Sherman Anthurium, and I got this plant because of the dark leaf. I think it's still in the transition process. I've repotted it. I've had it for about a few months. It's kind of doing okay. Let me move this. So this is my begonia white ice. I have it growing in a pond and leca setup, and it's doing well. But this is a begonia white ice hybrid, and this is a regular begonia white ice. They both kind of look the same. This one's not doing well. It is in leca and is rotting. There's rot. There's rot. So I'm actually going to take this plant out and probably chuck it, because I have another one here that's growing and it's doing okay. It's in pond, but looks like there's rot as well. I don't know how I feel about semi-hydro, but I think sometimes with semi-hydro there is a transition period where it does really bad and look terrible, and then it revives. Well, if there's stem rot like this begonia is doing, that is not going to come back. That's not coming back. So I can probably chop it all the way up there and save it. But I already have another one of this, and I'm just kind of this is like the year of the rehab plants, and I'm just tired. I'm tired. My Hoya Sunrise is in pond, and I don't know how I feel about this yet. I don't see anything happening. We'll see how it does continue to grow. There's a leca video that's going to be coming out soon, but you guys are going to get an update on this anyway. I have a lot of plants growing now in semi-hydro, and see, this doesn't feel good. I don't know. Alocasia aslanii, I repotted it and got a quorum, so I'm trying to see if I can. There's some alocasias there's an Alocasia bambino variegated, and then there's the Alocasia imperialis, both doing well. Shocking. My begonia polensis is doing okay here. This is that first plant that I got that struggled. This is the second plant. Look how beautiful and lush that plant is. I'm obsessed. My Anthurium workrianum, I watered it today already, and kind of it needs a water because the leaves are really bad. So I missed a watering. I watered plants last week, but I think I missed this cabinet. So this is a wish list plant of mine. It's an Alocasia. It's the Alocasia venom, and let's put it over here so you can see it. Just given me a new leaf, and another one is on its way, and it's sitting in fluval and perlite and directly underneath a grow light. So hopefully that will do well. I got lots of plants in here that are starter plants. That's just kind of going to get on the way. It'll take a while for it to kind of grow up, but you'll see that in a full houseplant video. My pinguiculas are doing well. Definitely growing now that it's spring. This alocasia is this one. When I repotted this one last year, I must have gotten a corm and I put it in my little terrarium thing that I have there, and it grew. So, yay. This one I'll definitely give to someone in my neighborhood or one of my friends that I trade plants with. So, and this is one of my corms that I got for $60. I am still waiting for activity on it. There's actually some activity. It is a Alocasia longiloba purple. Hopefully I will get a plant out of this. It's like a risk you take when you buy alocasia corms. You risk a lot. The two alocasias that's here is doing well because it is in a humid, hot setting. But that begonia phalanxes, let's take a look at how beautiful this plant is. It is so gorgeous. I absolutely love this plant. Okay, here where some of my Hoyas are. My Hoya finlaysonii and the Hoya crassipedialata. I moved them to pon in a no drainage setup, so I'm hoping to get roots on it soon. I keep checking on it, and I have a lot of cuttings. There's so much. There's a Hoya rosita, Hoya calliciphylla, Wayleniana. They're not really doing great at all. I don't know if I'm going to end up saving this plant. I don't know. I don't think these plants have a chance. I even have rotting peduncles on the plant because the rotting peduncles is kind of sad to me. It has to do, I feel, with airflow. It needs airflow to hold on to the peduncles, and this one's already gone. Yeah, I don't know. It'll just have to regrow peduncles if I do revive this plant. If it doesn't come back by summer, I'm just gonna buy a new one. So, I'm just so sad. I just don't see any new roots yet. It's just taking forever. So yeah, this is kind of where they are right now. There's a heat mat under here. There's a light. There's a west window light and the west window heat. I'm actually gonna uncover it, leave it uncovered right now, and not put the cover back on until later. So yeah, I don't know, it's just been a big struggle with my Hoyas. This is a Hoya Curtisii. I'm trying to kind of root it in water. Yeah. My shower station for my plants are still doing well, and I love this. I love that I can come here and shower my plants and not break my back. And then this morning I purchased a utility cart just so I can water my plants. So the utility cart will hold all my watering supplies, and I'll just go around watering the plants instead of having to move the plant to a setup. And then if I do need to shower the plants, I can collect like 5 plants in the cart or even more and take it to the showering station and shower it. So that's just something that I feel like I needed, is a utility cart. And the only reason I have a utility cart is because Doug Chamberlain has, we had a chat about kind of watering when we were doing our interview, and he talked about his utility cart. And so I have one now. I'm getting one now. I'm excited. Look at the terrarium. So the terrarium's doing well. I actually think the isopods, see there's like mold from the isopods food. I think my isopods have died off. Definitely the ones here have died off. They recently died. Kind of sad that I just watched like 4 of them die in front of my eyes. But my terrarium is doing really well. I think I figured out that I did not need isopods or springtails in here because I now have that cover for it. So if I need airflow, I kind of just do that. I can even move this up And if I need a little bit more humidity, I just move it down. And once I give it some airflow, has been normal mold. So I'm kind of, except for that, I mean, that's food. When you put food there, it usually happens after a few days, but I'll be removing that today. This is a realistic plant tour, remember? I haven't cleaned up for you guys, but for my house plant tour, I will clean up and spruce up the place a little bit when I do that. But today it's just realistic. This is how things are with me. I don't really hide that on my channel. I just don't hide the realness of plant care and what I forget. I just, this is kind of how I am. Okay, so my plants in here are doing really well. Okay, so I have a Piper. I'm going to put labels on here because I don't remember. I had that Begonia palensis here trying to do its thing, but it's not really done well. I might just remove it completely from here so I can get that space for something else. But I have that Piper. I have a Photonia that's really doing really well in here. I mean, the Photonia I had outside of my cabinet just hated my guts. I have a jewel orchid, and then we have that one plant, Solemn. I forget what the name of that plant is. Forgive me, happens. I don't remember plant names. Black Velvet Alocasia doing well. This begonia, what is this begonia called? Lysistrata, not doing well. I am so surprised. It was doing well, and the cold, when winter came, it just started going downhill. I am not sure what I should do. I might just remove it completely and just give the plants more space to grow. This is Sandapsis. I'll try to put the name of it, but it's really small and it look at that, it's growing. Is this growing up the moss, the dry moss right now? Yeah, the plants in here are doing really well. Once I know the isopods have died off completely, I'm not going to get new ones. And I'll just see how things go with it. It's going to be a year in August since I've had everything. And so far, so good. I do want to share that there is a Labesia in here. Oh my gosh, look how pretty it is. I love it. So it's one of those terrarium plants that I have. It's like a wish list plant that I have wanted. I think it'll continue to grow and see how it changes. Oh wow. Okay, so here's another look at another leaf. Wow, I think it's so pretty. Yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing that grow. I sit here usually and I get to have my plants right here. My Thanksgiving cactus, I'm going to do a care video on this plant because it is one of my favorites. I started this plant from a 2-leaf cutting, and this is what it's turned into. It started growing massively again once spring started, and my ring of fire is here, and I have a Philodendron Rudolph that's doing okay. I think I need to chop it and start it over. We'll see. And the Florida Green, beautiful plant. I'm getting a new leaf. I don't know if you remember, last year I broke one of the plants off, so now I have like an empty node. Maybe I'll do a air layering on it so I can get something growing from that node. My air plant, I actually plopped it here because I watered it the other day. This one's gonna go in the south window, so let me show you. This is the south window where we're doing some changes, where you're going to see it. It'll be a really short video because it's going to be a really quick setup. I'm not going to be doing it. My husband is. We're putting something up here. It's going to be a setup like that. I actually have plants here. I watered it this morning, so they're not here yet. It's going to be a setup like this over here. And over here, there's going to be 2 more windows with that setup. I have some plants here. And I have 2 plants here. One is a Hoya. This is the Hoya Bertonier and the variegated one. I love this plant, and this plant will be moved over here. So this is the Philodendron Brazil, kind of recuperating from my neglect, my accidental neglect that I did. I forgot to water this plant. This one had been watered. This one have not, and I don't know what happened. So if it doesn't recuperate, I might just repropagate it and start it over. I have a lot of orchid clips holding this plant here in place from being too long. I don't really like them too long. Yeah, see? And this one's propped up as well. So I'm just gonna put it back. I'll leave this out. I'll leave that out for now. I don't really like the plants too long because the longer the plant get, you know, the more of a chance the air vent will hit it, and then there'll be a lot of crispy leaves. I don't want that. So I think what I'll probably do is take this plant and kind of get it to grow over here, maybe. We'll see. I'm not sure what I'll do yet. The setup is in place. I'll see what I'll be doing. Oh, look, new leaf. Hi, yeah. My Philodendron bilati. Oh my gosh, there's a stink bug right there. Okay, I don't want to be near that. My Philodendron bilati kind of sits right here. It faces the window and doing well over here. It's, you know, it's kind of see the back of the plant when I'm watching TV, but at least it needs to be near the light. Okay, so here is where I was watering plants this morning. This is the philodendron, the heartleaf philodendron, and the philodendron Rio Silver Splash. My neon pothos doing okay. I did lose some leaves from it, and that's because I missed some watering, or 2 or 3. So I'm thinking I'm probably gonna chop this and start it over because I just don't want empty areas. My Thanksgiving cactus, the variegated one, doing well. Is sun stressing, very nice. This one's gonna go in the south window or here. So I'm looking forward to seeing how this will do in that window, but doing well. Oh, I have a Hoya here. This is my Hoya globulosa, and I have it here because I've been kind of really looking at it, making sure it's okay. It's not, it looks okay. It looks happy, but I just feel that this has rot as well. So I will be kind of checking this soon to see if there's any rot. These are like some of my kitchen plants. These 2 plants here, the spider plant is going away. I'm going to be giving it to someone in my neighborhood. And this is the Rhaphidophora tetrasperma. It's going away too. I'm kind of done with this plant. I just don't want it anymore. Not in love with it anymore. Now, a green spider plant. This plant, I kind of revived it because it was not doing well, but it's doing well now. And I'm actually really liking it. Underrated plants, the green spider plant. And some other plants that I have here. I don't think this one's doing well, but we'll see. Some other plants I have here. Lipstick plant has definitely taken off since spring have started. I'm very thankful for that. It was a tiny cutting when I got it, and now, I mean, it's grown quite a bit. Hopefully it'll keep growing. I'm just going to leave it here for now and not do anything with it. One of my begonias are here. Believe it or not, this plant was watered. It's just, I'm going to be chopping a lot of these leaves off so it can just, there's so much new growth here. I think that is one of the reasons why the older leaves are just dying off. I need to give it a prune. I have some plants over here. I am transitioning my rattlesnake calathea to leca or pon. I'm not sure yet, but I have it propagating water. My original ring of fire is here. And I have that Tradescantia here. I'm going to be giving that plant away. This is my bigger rattlesnake calathea. I gave it a little TLC a few weeks ago, and it's kind of recuperating slowly. But I'm probably, like, I'm not going to keep 2 of these plants. I'll probably give one of these plants away. I'll probably give this one away eventually and keep the one in Leca. This is like the only calathea I have and the only one that is actually doing okay in my care. Probably will never own another calathea for a long time until I can get my act together. This was not a full houseplant tour, but pretty close. I am talked out now. When you do these videos, you definitely feel the talking. But I had fun. I love showing you my plants, and there's still a bunch. Oh, you know what? Okay, so I did want to show you one of my problem plants, the Hoya polynura. It is in the north window here. I forgot to show that to you here. There are some plants I have over here, and we'll talk about that in the longer houseplant tour. But the Hoya polynura is definitely one that I am struggling with. This one is in a Leca setup, and I'm hoping to see if that does anything. I think that is mineral deposits from probably the fertilizer. I've been seeing that a lot lately since I've started fertilizing my plants again. This one's in soil. This one had rotted. I've done a whole video on this already. I want to see what happens to this, and I don't know. I want to see. I want to see what happens to this one, and then see if I can get this one growing in Leca. If nothing happens to these plants, I'm done. We're done. I'm done with you. A lot of you guys commented on the Hoya polynura that you guys have issues with the green polynura, but not the variegated one. I am willing to try with the variegated one, but maybe later on in the year or next year. There's still so much plants I want to show you, but we'll do that during the houseplant tour. That's going to happen after the living room is set up. I'm excited to show you that. But yeah, this is some of the things that's happening in the plant room. A lot of rehabs, a lot of things, a lot of changes, a lot of plants getting moved. Some of my favorite plants here are getting moved. So I'm hoping it does well with the change. So thanks so much for hanging out, and enjoy the rest of your day. Always remember, you are loved.